Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Thought I would finish off the week by talking about the right way to do the raw vegan lifestyle. What is the right way? Have you figured it out from the title? Probably some of you, if you've watched, you may have anticipated that it was going to be something like I'm going to answer. I don't think there is one right way to do the raw vegan lifestyle. I was chatting with a friend on Messenger this morning, and we were talking about different methods and different approaches and different people's thoughts on raw vegan lifestyle. Oh, and by the way, like as always, I throw in a high carb vegan lifestyle. I'm not necessarily one of those raw vegans that think I'm superior to you because you're eating some cooked food. I know quite a lot of healthy people out there that are eating cooked food, so I just wanted to let you know that I'm including you in this conversation. But I think we get so caught up, and I think too many people from comments and different things I read in social media get too caught up with trying to find the way, the path, this one narrow path that is supposedly for everybody. And I don't think that it necessarily exists. We're all individuals. We're, about 7 billion humans on this planet? We're 7 billion individual organisms. I think we all have different bodies. We all have different requirements. We do have a lot of common traits, and I'm not saying that an ideal diet widely varies, but depending on where you're living in the world, depending on the condition, your health condition coming into this lifestyle, depending on a lot of things, I just don't think it can necessarily be that one size fits all type of lifestyle. I've had it fairly simple. Sometimes actually I'm kind of guilty. I feel I've had it so simple because I abused myself hard for 3 decades, and I came into this lifestyle somehow pretty unscathed. Keeping my fingers crossed that I'm not going to just all of a sudden that drinking's not going to catch up to me and I'm going to fall apart. But I got lucky. I abused my body a lot, and I have a pretty strong constitution. I can digest everything. I can eat things. I feel all the time. I have people constantly writing to me, and because my situation is such as it is, I don't have the information or the experience or the expertise to help a lot of people sometimes because, I'll get somebody that contacts me and it's like, God, they start telling me all the things they can't digest, and I'm like, you've kind of run through my whole list. Everything on that list is like things that I exist from that are like, big parts of my diet. So the point I'm getting at is, even if it's not something as severe as say Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, which are some major gut disorders, there's just a lot of people out there that can't digest certain things. There's people out there that are very healthy that can't seem to digest certain things. Jump in there if you're watching this one, Miss Tanny Raw. You've been doing this for a long time. You've healed and went into remission with a lot of conditions, but there's things that you can't eat that I can eat, that I can digest, and that's just the differences in everybody's body. It doesn't mean one person's eating way is superior to another. We just have different requirements and different issues that we're all dealing with. So I just think that's one of those things that's kind of almost just like a waste of time. Like it's kind of like searching for this imaginary holy grail if you're looking for one narrow way. Like there's this one very, very, very little path. So what can you take away from what I'm saying in this? What you can take away from is, I think a lot of people try to emulate others, and sometimes you're trying to emulate another person, and you don't have their same body, you don't have their same constitution. The things that they eat are not going to serve you, and probably some of the things that would serve you, they may not eat. It's it's an experiment. It's an experiment that you have to try a lot of different things. This thing, listen, even if you had all day, every day, and if you had the best resources and people in the world to watch, there is still experimentation in this. Just because of this issue, just because we're such individual organisms. There's trial and error. You have to find out what works for you. You're going to find things. There's going to be things that I can eat all day, every day. And you couldn't even touch that, like the cruciferous. Like a lot of times, like I eat lots of raw broccoli, lots of raw cabbage, things like that. And I know people that would just like tear their guts up. And there's things that other people eat, I see eating, that, and they're thriving on it. So this is just kind of giving me, you know, even besides for your personal experience, it just might give you a little bit more tolerance online to think of it like that, like that it's not so rigid, it's not so narrow, that we all should eat exactly the same things because, you know, this one book or this one system says so. And that's why I'm always a little bit skeptical with the very extremes. And like I'm very skeptical when somebody preaches about that very, very narrow path. Like, no, you can't eat that. No, you can't eat that. And yeah, I just, you know, immediately a red flag goes off when there's just too many prohibitions, too many restrictions on there for everybody. And it's kind of like everybody should eat like this. And the same way, like I say, same thing for you Raw 4 people, the same thing for you high carb people. Some people, you know, and I don't know, I just don't do it. Like some people, and I don't want to start one of these, and I know even mentioning it could start somebody, like you got the certain issues that people are like totally for or totally anti grains, different starches, whatever. I'm against certain things for eating for myself as a rule, but I don't try to deny things I see. Like I trust my eyes a lot. Like I've mentioned this one before. I had an old business partner years ago, a Jamaican, that used to tell me he didn't believe anything he heard and only about half of what he sees. Well, I'm going to believe what I'm seeing way more than anything else. And when I see people that are eating a certain way that's not my way of eating and they are thriving, I'm not going to try to be illogical. I'm not going to try to deny what's in front of my face and try to just start like, yeah, but maybe they're this. Yeah, maybe they're that. I'm just like, you know what? It's not going to change the way I'm eating. I'm happy with how I'm eating. Getting, you know, even getting better every day. I learn a little bit more. I feel a little bit better. Fill in another hole. But yet I can't tear that person. Well, I wouldn't tear the person down even if they were, that's just not my style. Even if they were doing something that I said, yeah, that's nuts. I'm not going to tear them down, but I can't really intelligently argue with them when they're eating something that's not on my program and they are doing very well. I just, you know, and that's just the whole thing. And that's why I like to watch a lot of different people, and I don't like to pigeonhole myself just in this, ooh, I'm a raw vegan, or just watching fruitarians, or just watching people that follow natural hygiene, or just watching Raw 4 people, or just watching this people. I like to take it all in. I like to see what other people are doing. I like to listen closely. I like to hear their approaches. I like to follow them for a while and see if what they're doing is sustainable. And I just see, the takeaway on all this is I see people thriving on almost everything I'm looking at. I see people thriving on high fully raw vegan. I see people thriving on Raw 4. I see people thriving on Starch Solution. I see so many people thriving on different forms of a vegan lifestyle. And that just, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, play around, find out which one works for you. Find out which one suits where you're living, your lifestyle, your living conditions, your health conditions. In other words, find what lifestyle fits you. Here the big word is you, Y-O-U, what fits you. Not what works for me. I mean, take things, like the old Bruce Lee saying, take what you can use from everybody and throw the rest away. Take what you can use from me. Hell, I don't claim to know everything. I'm not all that smart. Maybe you take 20% from me, but, you know, take what you can use from me and then take what you can use from this person and figure it out and make it your own. But anyhow, just to end up for the week, it's not one diet. It's not one rigid lifestyle. Different strokes for different folks, people, different strokes. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this video today. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you had a wonderful week and are getting ready for a wonderful weekend. A little surprise here. I'm going back to San Jose, going back to the city tomorrow to go to the market in the morning and go back to my vegan restaurant for lunch. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm only going to spend one night in the city this time, spending tomorrow night, but A little bit chillier weather from what I understand, windy up there, so it'll be different than the beach, and I'm looking forward to getting out of town. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace.